Pelinka put this roster together. This roster around Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook and LeBron James has been constructed with basically no shooting.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Even here now, market time of death, 9:25 Pacific. Lakers are done for the fourth time to start the season. Look, LeBron James is doing what he can. Anthony Davis is doing what he can. But they just don't have the pieces that they necessarily need at this current time. The Denver Nuggets, though, I want to give them a ton of credit. What they've been doing, grinding, this season out, playing some tough games on the road, to come here against a team in the Lakers that needed a win, and to show up and be tied at halftime and battle the way they did in the third, you got to give a lot of credit to this Nuggets team.
And I want to go back to something you said about LeBron. We had discussed this earlier. I didn't love the mindset coming into tonight's game. It's a must-win game for your team early in the season. You hate saying that about an early game, but all this momentum is going in the wrong direction for the Lakers, and LeBron came out as strictly a facilitator in that first quarter and never really established his dominance in this game.
Done with the jumper.
Yeah, and you could see it. You could see it. He was, with no Westbrook, maybe his mindset was to come and facilitate. Didn't really get that rhythm. Ultimately ended up doing what he needed to, but shot 19 shots in the final three quarters. But the 8 turnovers is, even though he can turn the ball over, it's uncharacteristic that high, especially in a game where you felt like they were going to need more scoring from him early.
And we mentioned this earlier. 0-4, you can sit here and say, well, they got 78 games left, but it's only happened twice in the last 12 years that a team started 0-4 and made the playoffs. As the 3 goes for Matt Ryan, but it's not for the Lakers tonight.
Let's not get carried away. I'm not counting them out, right? If they make some adjustments, right, do I think that is there any adjustments out there that I can turn them into a contender? I do not think so. But I do believe that they could be a playoff team that can cause some problems.
Absolutely.
But you're saying if they make moves, you're as presently constructed, you guys do not think this is a playoff team.
Well, look, at the beginning of the season, I made my playoff predictions. I did. We spent 20 minutes. It's on our YouTube channel, guys.
Beautiful.
But I had the Lakers as the 9th seed, and unfortunately for me, I also had the Blazers as the 10th seed, which that hasn't turned out to be a great prediction.
But look, Utah, there's a lot of teams that are kind of, bucking that early season, identity that I think a lot of people thought they were going to have. So I think that the Lakers currently constructed, because you also feel that there's a mojo and an energy that's missing. This is a team that had a ton of veterans last year that are no longer in the league. Dwight Howard doesn't have a job. Carmelo Anthony doesn't have a job. Avery Bradley. All of these guys that were on this team last year don't have a job this year. And they replaced these guys with a bunch of young players that, don't have a ton of experience. So the roster construction in the last 2 years has been difficult.
Befuddling.
I wouldn't use that word.
Well, no, I'll tell you why it's befuddling, because the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers showed a blueprint for how you build around LeBron James, and they placed a premium on having multiple shooters. And outside of that 2020 team, the Lakers have not done that for LeBron James.
And they might waste LeBron James in the latter stages, in the twilight of his career.